What's up, hungry homies? It is November 3rd, and it is the day before my spine surgery. So, on the moment, just came back from the gym, eating ground turkey, some pineapple for carbs, and hot peppers. So I'm just enjoying that. Tonight I will have to start fasting at midnight, and my surgery tomorrow is at 11 a.m. So the only thing I'm allowed to have in the morning is water and Gatorade. So I got me some Gatorade. But this is the surgery that, I don't know if you've been following me, but if you have been following me for, a couple of years now, I thought in like 2023, end of 23, I thought it was like piriformis syndrome, where my piriformis was really, really tight and it was pinching or pressing up against my sciatic nerve. I thought I, hurt my SI joint. So I was going to see a chiropractor 2 or 3 times a week for like 6 weeks. And it would, like, the pain in my hamstring would come and go, and it, would get better, and then it would get worse. And then this past January 2025, I was shoveling, and it like completely did me in. So I endured that for January, February, March, April, May, until the end of June, when my boyfriend said, "That's it, we're going to the hospital." So I went to a hospital in Nova Scotia, because the hospitals here in New Brunswick are filled. In Moncton anyway. So we went to Nova Scotia, got in a good, reasonable amount of time. The doctor there was amazing. I spoke of him before, Dr. Deo, and he immediately that night got me a CT scan and then scheduled me for an MRI that following week. And then fast forward today, I had an appointment with the surgeon on like the 1st of October or October 10th. Today is November 3rd, and then I got my surgery scheduled for tomorrow. So I'm very fortunate. I'm very lucky that I had that Dr. Deo there. So he's my little guardian angel, and he got me booked in and seeing that surgeon almost immediately. So very lucky. But tomorrow is the day. So I will say I'm having a few conflicting emotions about it, because I've been, self-medicating with some peptides, TB 500 and BPC 157, and it's helped tremendously with a lot of my pain. Now, that could be it, or that I'm suffering less because I've titrated my nerve blockers, perfectly right now. I still can't sit for long periods of time, and some driving does still bother it. But I've been doing my stretches. I do everything that I'm supposed to do. So it's still there. It still bothers me. But yeah, so we're going to go in. They're going to go in there. I think it's either a laminectomy or a laminotomy. Anyway, it's the lamin. It's like on the facet joint in the spine at L5S1. So I think they'll be shaving down that just to let that sciatic nerve breathe a little bit more and have more ability to move without being impinged and compressed. So by the herniation, that was confirmed through imaging. So, so tonight I'll pack up some stuff that I'll wear, and then tomorrow, hopefully they let me film. That would be kind of cool. I'll be under general anesthesia, so I'll be out cold, but I think before and after might be fun. Anyway, I will keep you posted. Today's going to be pretty easygoing and just preparing for it. I'm not nervous. I'm not scared. I've watched a lot of videos about it, and it's considered a minimally invasive procedure. So it's really just about getting in there, doing as little damage as possible, and getting out. So it's quite quick. I believe I'll be there overnight. But anyway, wish me luck. Happy surgery day. So the morning of the surgery, and actually the night before, I had to cleanse my body with this special soap, which the next day I learned was needed, because otherwise I'd be using some really scratchy wipes. Then, for the last 4 days-ish, I have been shoving some sort of antibiotic putting this cream up my nose into my nasal cavity. And what that is just an antibiotic for staph infection as well as MRSA, which is the flesh-eating disease. So you actually have that bacteria in your schnoz, in your nasal cavity. So giving myself a big old blow first thing, and then I get to rub in the gel all up in there. And here I am, all checked into the hospital. I'm all hooked up on an IV, getting ready to go. At that point, it's time for surgery. It is the next morning. I didn't record much the night that day of surgery. I was pretty messed up, but this was breakfast. I'm testing to see if it's actually real eggs. I'm not sure, still unsure. But there was cream of wheat, eggs, biscuit, which I ate, and coffee, thank God. Most importantly, I wanted to show you what I was wearing. The fit, the hospital fit. The compression socks, some boy shorts, and a robe. Super cute. What's up, hungry homies? I'm alive. I'm back from surgery. I'm laying in the prone position, just not in a hospital. So I just got discharged over at the Moncton City Hospital at like 10:30, 11 a.m. And I immediately came home and I made a coffee because I haven't had coffee. They gave me one this morning, but it wasn't very good. So I came home, made my coffee, pleased. But anyway, to kind of like recap what happened. Back in January, I was shoveling and I probably herniated a disc. I waited until the end of June to go do something about that herniation. So in that meantime, started between end of January to end of June, I was just band-aiding it with chiropractics and massage therapy and some other, forms of therapy. Sorry, I'm a little raspy from having a tube down my throat. Excuse me. And so I finally went to the hospital. They had me set up with a CT scan that night in the hospital, and then as well as later that week had scheduled me an MRI. The doctor there was amazing. I've spoken on him before. Dr. Deo was just incredible. Hooked me up with pain blockers or nerve blockers, which were tremendous help in fixing all of this and letting me get by, while in the meantime I was waiting for the surgeon. And so the surgeon, I had my first appointment with the neurosurgeon October 10th, and he was like, when do you want to do this? And we had it scheduled for November 4th, so only had to wait like a month and a bit to get this done. Went in Tuesday morning, went to the wrong hospital, so I was late, but that's okay. We still got there. Hospitals don't run on time anyway, so I was late, but I got there. Might be TMI for the boys, but literally got my period as I was arriving at the hospital. So they gave me some super cute, basically toss away boy shorts with the biggest maxi pad you've ever seen. So women who've given birth probably wear this right after. So that's what I got to wear. Sorry, you can unplug your ears now. And then I went into my surgery like pretty much right at it was scheduled for 11. I probably got in there around 11:45 or so. Oh, sorry. Oh, damn out. Oh, I'm okay, bud. Got into surgery. I told the anesthesiologist that I was going to fight the drugs. I lost. I remember having the thing over my nose, and then I took about maybe 6 to 7 deep breaths, and that was it. I was out. Woke up in recovery. That was disorienting. I had no idea. I knew I was in a room with a bunch of other people, and there was a nice nurse kind of sitting sort of next to me for a little bit. I think she I think she was talking to me. I'm not sure. And then I eventually woke fully up after they had moved me into my room, where I was sharing it with another person. So I was on the neurosurgery ward. So a lot of people going through some nerve issues there. So yeah, so I got discharged at 11 a.m. this morning. And so I'm finally back home. Really small incision, which is nice. I'll show you it like without the bandage and then with the bandage. So that's nice. So he actually did the stitching on the inside, and then I think he just glued my skin together. So it's really small. But so what he said when he went in there, he said there was not a huge disc herniation, but like enough that I think he cleaned that up. But there was some cartilage that was flattening my sciatic nerve. So when he trimmed that up, he said that the nerve was just like whoop, like came to life. So it was definitely a compressed nerve, and that was causing the pain that I was having all down into the right side of my leg, down into the outside of my foot. So I still feel it right now. And when I confirmed with him this morning when we spoke, just to be like, I still kind of feel that like nervy pain, he said I had to tug on it a lot. He was like messing with it. So I think just from him handling the nerve, that's what I'm feeling right now in my leg. So it will get better with some time. I'm taking the rest of the week off. I'm going to, next week, I think I'm going to just train my clients, not train me yet. And then I think the following week, I'll slowly start getting into some upper body stuff. But I think I'm just going to be working on my fitness, my cardio. So I'm just going to be better at moving. So it's a good reason. Actually, it's really good timing because I'm terrible for doing cardio in the wintertime because it's dark until 8 a.m. And so I don't want to leave my house until 8 a.m. So this is going to force me to get up. I have a walking pad, so I can walk here easy peasy. They don't recommend driving right away for a bit just because of that seated position. So I'll probably walk to the gym to train my clients. But all in all, things went well. Still on some fun drugs that I have to go pick up. And I'll keep you posted on this fun little recovery journey now.